if someone says, we're dating, what does that mean? Does that mean they're in a serious relationship? Or does that mean they're just sort of casually still going on some dates? There can be some confusion around this, and understandably so. It's a little confusing. It's kind of messy. So what we're going to do is just briefly explore this question. We're going to talk about a few common phrases around dating, and we're also going to talk about some common questions that people will ask about other people who may or may not be dating. And we're going to start with just the words, okay? We're going to start with dating, going out, that's a G, going out, okay? Hooking up, seeing someone, and then we'll look at quickly single, taken. Okay. Now, I actually want to hold off on this. We're going to come back to dating because that's the general word, and there's some fuzziness there, okay? If someone says they're going out with someone, generally that means that they are together, they go on dates, but it's not so serious that they're about to get married or something. So it has a kind of casual feeling. For example, Jessica and Steve are going out. It has a casual feeling, but it does mean that they are generally in a relationship. Now, it may or may not be a very serious relationship where they've made a commitment to each other, but it's more than just one or two dates probably. There's a bit more commitment than this one, which would be pretty much purely sexual, right? Hooking up, and you hear hookup culture and did they hook up, is really just sleeping together, right? And there's no real suggestion of there being any kind of commitment or even going on dates. People may hook up and have never been on a date before, right? This would be in the territory of one-night stands or maybe just meeting a few times and again, sleeping together, but not suggesting something more, not suggesting a relationship. We start using the word relationship usually when there are a few dates, right? And there's more than just the casual feeling. It can still be kind of casual, but there's a bit of a commitment happening. Not a serious commitment, but a commitment to the extent that you would say, I'm not single anymore, right? You have said that you're with this person. Now, it's fuzzy because people have different ideas about what that means. If someone's been on 3 dates, they might say, yeah, we're in a relationship. We're going out. And that could mean the same thing to someone who sees those 3 dates as a very important, serious thing. And it's also different in different cultures. Some cultures, after 1 date, you are dating. You are in a relationship on the road to marriage. And in some places, for example, in the United States, in a lot of groups in the United States, especially younger people, you might say you're not dating even if you've been together for 6 months. You still won't announce that you're dating, and you still might be seeing other people, right? Now, seeing someone, again, could be that you're in a relationship. It could be that you have a bit of a commitment to someone. But also, seeing someone could be used more casually to mean something like, I'm kind of with somebody at the moment, but I also might be with other people too, and I'm not in anything very serious. However, when you want to tell somebody that you are not available to get involved in anything romantic with anybody new, then you might say, I'm seeing someone. So if somebody asks, are you single? And you say, I'm seeing someone, that means you're in a relationship. Okay? If someone says, are you taken? Again, it's the same thing. Taken means that you are in a relationship. I'm taken. That kind of starting to have an old-fashioned feeling. What people tend to say is I'm seeing someone, I'm in a relationship, I am dating someone. And again, I want to be very clear. This is not this 100% thing where if someone says I'm dating someone, that always means 100% that I'm very seriously in a relationship and I'm not considering others. It could mean that to many people, but to some people it may just mean we've been on a few dates and I haven't made any serious commitments and I'm open to other people as well. So that's why this gets a little bit fuzzy. When I hear the word dating, I want to know, are you dating or are you on a date, right? If someone has been on a date, that doesn't mean they're dating, in my mind. Oh, we're going on a date. We went on a date last week. Okay, great. That doesn't mean you're in a relationship. You just met someone and had dinner. Whether something else happened or not, you met someone, you ate some food together, you had a conversation. If you're dating, that to me feels like we're together, we're in a relationship of some kind, you're seeing each other, right? It's more than just meeting once in a while, hooking up, or something like that, right? Now, sometimes you will hear, especially I think among younger people, hanging out. Some people don't want to say that they're in a relationship or announce it for a long period of time. It's especially more and more common, I think. Even 5 or 6 months, you're kind of together. You do a lot of stuff together, but you haven't really made a commitment. You don't want to say you're in a relationship. You don't want to say you're taken. You don't want to say that you're not single. You don't want to say that you're seeing someone. You don't want to say that you're dating. So you say, oh, we're just kind of hanging out. We're still just hanging out. It's kind of a trial period in that sense. Now, I know that's very different in different cultures. In some places in the world, that is not okay. In the United States, generally speaking, among people under, 45, I don't know the age exactly. It's pretty normal. It's pretty common. Okay. Now, what about some questions that people ask? What are some of the common questions? Let's dive into a few of those. What about, are you, I'm just going to put are you because I'm going to use these for all of my questions, okay? Are you a thing? Sometimes, is this a thing? We'll talk about that. Are you seeing someone? We talked about that one, but that would be a question form. Are you together? I need to put a question mark here. Let me make this a little more clear, ... so that you know these are together, okay? Are you together? And sometimes we'll hear, are you an item? Now, I think this is newer. This is kind of neutral, very common. This is neutral, very common. And this is, I feel like the connotation is starting to feel a little outdated. Are you a thing? Is this a thing? You point at two people who you think might be dating. I thought you guys were just hanging out. I thought you just kind of liked each other, but you were kind of dating around or seeing other people too. Is this a thing? That means, are you in a relationship now? A thing would be one thing. So if you're one thing, a thing, you are a group, you are a unit, you are together, you are in a relationship. You have made a commitment to each other. Is this a thing? Are you a thing? You might say that to one of them about both together, right? Your friend, you're asking your friend, are you guys a thing? Are you two together? Or to both of them, are you two a thing? Are you two a thing? That sounds weird, I know, but that's how you would say it. And the answer to that would be, yes, we're together. Or, no. We're not serious. We're just hanging out. Are you seeing someone? Again, you're asking someone if they're dating someone. That could be because you're showing interest, or maybe you're looking for an update from a friend, right? Are you seeing someone? Are you seeing him? Are you seeing her? If we know who we're talking about, are you seeing her? Are you seeing each other? Maybe not so common, so I might stay away from that one. Are you together? Are you together? Well, physically, yeah, we're together right now. We're both sitting here together eating food, but that's not what that means usually in terms of relationships. What it usually means in terms of relationships is, are you in a relationship? Are you dating? Are you seeing each other? Have you made that little commitment of we're not going to date other people, we're taken? Now, this is putting aside the idea of open relationships, which is even more complicated in terms of language and phrases. So let's put that to the side. We're kind of just talking about the traditional system of single, taken, and in a relationship, meaning taken, not single, right? I suppose the general phrase or the general word to use when it's not that simple would be it's complicated. That's a common thing that people say. It's complicated. Are you single? It's complicated. Together and an item are pretty much the same. I feel like an item is becoming kind of outdated, but to say, are you two an item? Something an aunt would say to her nephew who is with a girl and you want to know if they're together or in a relationship. Are you two an item? It's such an anti thing to say, I feel. I don't know. I don't think I would ever personally use that one, but hey, that's just me. So again, I want to emphasize there is a bit of flexibility here when it comes to the terms and the phrases we use to talk about dating and relationships. Dating by itself, again, has this fuzziness of some people meaning it as a commitment, a relationship, and others meaning it more as this sort of casual thing where we're just going on dates but haven't made a commitment. And there some people might use just hanging out. So there's a lot of fuzziness, and really the only thing you can do is listen for examples, see how it's used, try it out for yourself, and see how people react when you do that. Okay, so if you have any questions about this stuff or anything else, let me know in the comments.